Still didn't do it.
You be doing something wrong.
I don't know, man. I have no idea. What's going on, everybody?
Hey, yo, hey.
Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Hope everybody has enjoyed your Wednesday. And, hope y'all about to enjoy this show. Oh, shit. I feel like I'm leaning. I don't know.
Okay?
I'm good. Y'all, welcome into the Social Den Season 4. We are your hosts, CJ and Sharice, as usual. We are excited about tonight's show. There will not be a guest tonight because we are talking about something very important tonight. And we just want y'all to vibe with us. You know what I'm saying? Vibe with us. And, I'm pretty sure it's going to be some things y'all hear tonight that be relatable, or maybe it's not relatable just because you're going through it. Maybe you know somebody else that's going through it, and stuff like that. So, but y'all know what we do every single week. First of all, make sure y'all thumbs up the live, please, if you don't mind. Share us out if you have the means of doing so. We appreciate each and every one of y'all. And we appreciate the continued support of the Social Den, man. Y'all have been holding us down for a long time. Not just with the Social Den, but with our channel, period. But
absolutely,
when it comes down to the Social Den, we hear nothing but great things about our show. And we are so happy that y'all have been holding it down and showing and enjoying it every week and voting it for awards and recognition and stuff like that, man. We just appreciate y'all. So what we're going to do is we're going to do something that we do every single week. And we are going to say what's up to the chat. And then we're going to get started. All right. StreamYard in the building. Welcome in. Welcome in. Leonica in the building. What's up, Leonica?
Leonica, sis. How you doing today?
We got Jahad TV in the building. What up, bro?
Hey, brother Jahad.
Sticks in charge. He was in the building, but he's in bed now. He said he's going to catch the replay.
He is pissing in the bed, shitting in the bed, all of the above. Night, Pezzo.
Latoya Williams in the building.
Hey,
welcome in, Latoya.
Hope you feeling better, babe.
Part of the Social Den alumni. Sipping with Share Magic in the building. Welcome in.
Hey, Share Magic.
Sassy Sonia in the building. Welcome in, Sassy Sonia.
Hey, sassy girl.
The one and only, the Honorable Joni Meeks in the building. Welcome in.
Joni Love. Hope you enjoying your vacation, boo. Mm-hmm. This week is going fast.
That's facts. We got Lolo in the building. What up, Lois?
Hey, Lolo.
Let's see. We got Karika Richardson in the building. Welcome in. I'm gonna stop saying her whole. Sis. I gotta stop saying that whole government like that, man. For real. Diva Mom in the building. Welcome in.
Hey, beautiful.
Yo, got my girl up in the building. My sis, my big sis in the building.
A triple D.
You know what I'm saying? Talked to her earlier. She said she's doing better. She's on her way home. And you know what I'm saying? She said, thank everybody for all of the prayers and love. You know what I'm saying? And she is in the chat. You feel me? So everybody say what's up to Triple D.
Yes, yes.
My man AJ in the building. Welcome, man, AJ.
AJ 313.
Let's see. Chocolate Drop in the building.
Hi,
what up, Chocolate Drop?
Boo.
Let me see. Who else we got? Michelle in the building. What up, Michelle?
Hey, Michelle.
Let me see. Morris McNair in the building. What up, Morris?
Hey, Morris. How you feeling today?
We got Jermaine Richardson. Bruh. I don't know. It just flow. You know what I'm saying? They got some powerful names. Like, I don't know.
They changed their name for a reason, Siege.
I'm sorry. Oh, man. We got one of the smoothest, coolest females on the planet, Rain, in the building. What up, sis?
Hey, Rain.
We got the essence of Sonia in the building. What up, sis?
Sister.
And
hey, sister.
All right, so we reached the bottom. And anybody else that comes in, we will greet as usual, y'all.
Absolutely.
So, tonight, this is another.
Hey, Carla.
What up, Carla? This is a. Look, you say we know them by their old names, right? Exactly. I'm used to it. So, y'all, tonight, my wife and I decided to do something special or different. Well, I ain't gonna say different or special. It's just something needed. I'll say that because it's not talked about enough. So, I put all of this together last night. With the slides and the information and all of that, because I wanted to really do some thorough research. this is going to be like another installment of the Social Den. So this is called Speaking on the Unspoken. CJ, read my comments, sir. Oh, hold on, Karika. Let me see.
She probably got you.
Since you said that, hit the mic, baby.
Oh Lord. Karika, why?
Nah, but this is going to be one of many installments of the Social Den. Y'all know we like to branch off into different things. You know, we have the Sipping with Share Magic has her own portion of the show where she does adult things. We have the Dysfunctional Families segments. We have the Dysfunctional Friendships segments. We have the men's segment. We have the women's segment. So this is going to be something else that we add in onto the agenda.
AJ said that's better than 6 yelling ass.
So tonight is going to be like, it's called Speaking on the Unspoken, and that pretty much means speaking on things that aren't spoken on, aren't talked about enough. Pretty much something as serious as health should be talked about more, and we just want to touch on different conditions that aren't really talked about as much as they should be.
And these are conditions that we haven't heard of. So, you know, maybe they are talked about and we just haven't heard of it, and y'all can correct us. But, you know, things that we haven't really heard being talked about, you know, we want to talk about more. So, and again, the Social Den is everyday life. So let's bring the light.
Yep. So this is Speaking on the Unspoken, the health edition. Now, there are other things in life that aren't spoken on, that's not pertaining to health, that we will touch on in the future. But we decided to touch on health tonight. You know what I'm saying? So,
Sister Latoya, I don't know which one that was. Our goddaughter here too. But whenever they come back out the room, I'm definitely going to deliver your message.
Yep. So, first, I would like to. Now, what we're going to be talking about tonight is different conditions, and then we're also going to be talking about the difference between mental health and self-care. Okay, so I think what I want to do is talk about the different conditions first, and then we'll get into the difference between mental health and everything, and then we'll also touch on some examples of the differences between self-care and mental health, and then we'll go into some exercises and different things you can do to help strengthen your mental and your self-care way of life, if that makes sense.
Yes. And I do, let me just say this real quick, baby. It's already 7:14 and we got a lot of great information. It's a possibility that we may go over. So Sister Sonia, I'm going to apologize ahead of time if we go over your premiere. You know, we always gonna go back and catch it. So if we do go over, we do want y'all to, you know, go out, catch Sister Sonia's premiere, and then come back if we are still here. We are gonna try to wrap it up. But we do know how, you know, once we get into good conversation, sometimes we do go over, and we try not to just end it. You know, last week we kind of felt bad. We was in a great conversation and we just ended it, and we really felt bad about it. So we're going to try to end it. But if we go over, we apologize. So,
and this is only during Slate Temple when this happens. Right. So the Sonya has her premiere every night at 8 o'clock. So.
Right. We're just trying to be respectful. So
hey, Willie Ann.
Hey, Willie Ann. Hey, TV's Life. All right, y'all. Let's go.
All right, y'all. So let's get to it. I almost had a mental health breakdown today because I couldn't cuss up people out. I couldn't cuss up PT out. I know that's not the same, but
sister,
shut the hell up. You know I ain't worried about that shit. Okay?
I know, but you know.
What up, Aunt?
Hey, Aunt.
I know Auntie right there with you. What up, Auntie? They said they eating in the bushes. Okay.
I know y'all eating something good. Send us a picture of the plate.
What bush you eating at? Never mind. That ain't my business.
Start the conversation.
All right. So let's see.
Where's Satin? Hey, my Satin boo.
What up,
and
Satin?
The bushes have a migrant.
Oh, also
get out the bushes, Satin.
Also, I'm also going to be talking about the 5 C's of mental health. There's 2 variations of that we will touch on as well. So let me stop running my mouth and let's get into it. And now these are just going to be some of the different conditions that I found that people haven't been talking about in society as much as they should be. What up, PPT?
Hey, Uncle Rod.
So one is borderline personality disorder. Now I find this one to be interesting because a lot of people deal with this and don't even know they deal with it. So borderline personality disorder is a lesser known mental health problem, despite it affecting around 5 million Americans. Now, that should speak volumes right there. It's affecting that many people, but it's not really talked about. With BPD, the person has an intense fear of abandonment or instability, right? Even though people with BPD don't like to be alone, they have frequent mood swings and impulsiveness that may push others away. So basically, it's kind of like a oxymoron, if you will, a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Um, you don't want to be alone. You have abandonment issues and instability issues, but at the same time, your frequent mood swings that you have due to this disorder pushes the people away that you actually want to have around. So it's kind of like a double-edged sword in a way. You know what I'm saying? It is very common, but it's not talked about a lot. You don't really hear about BPD in society today unless you researching it. Now, if you go and you find and dig and research, you'll find a lot of information on it, but it's not talked about. That's why I say I feel like roundtables should be more frequent. And that's what we're trying to do here at the Social Den. So um, it's believed that BPD is caused by a combination of genetics and brain abnormalities. It usually starts by early adulthood and can get better with age. The best ways to treat BPD are with psychotherapy and medication. Without treatment, this condition can interfere with work, school, and relationships. So this is a very serious disorder, but it can be treated. You know what I'm saying? But unfortunately, there are some people that have it that just don't know they have it. They haven't even been diagnosed with it. You know what I'm saying? So that's a big one. Pause. I'm going to be touching. As I see the comments pop up, instead of me starting, I'm just going to start clicking on them now.
And people, when you feel like you have signs, when you feel like things are off, it's okay to talk to your doctor. Like ask questions. When you feel like things are off, ask those questions. It's okay.
That's facts. I mean, that's you. It's you. And that's what a doctor is there for. You know, you can definitely ask questions. Mental health as a whole is not really talked about. It really is not. It really isn't, and it should be. It really isn't, and it should be. I know some people that like that, but have never heard of BPD. Yep. And I'm about to shine some light on some things tonight. So we're about to shine some light on some things tonight. Hey, Grateful Heart.
Hey, Grateful. Welcome in, baby.
We appreciate you dropping the Cash App for the donations, as always. All right, y'all. So that's one. Let's go to the next one. Histrionic personality disorder. Now, this was new to me when I saw this one.
I never heard of it.
So histrionic personality disorder is, I'm glad I can read. Histrionic personality disorder is a mental health condition that causes unstable emotions, a distorted self-image, and an overwhelming desire to be noticed. So that right there, and that one sentence says a lot, and it explains exactly what this is. Histrionic means dramatic or theatrical. Excuse me. People with the disorder have low self-esteem and a lack of self-worth. They depend on others to feel good about themselves, which is not good. Depending on others to feel good about yourself is not a good thing. Unless, and it's not even, no, I just think that word depend is just not the right word at all. That's not a good word in this sense. People with HPD often don't realize their behavior is problematic. Therefore, they constantly draw attention to themselves, but don't understand why others don't want to be around them. The best way to treat HPD are with psychotherapy, group therapy, and cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT. It's also common for people with HPD to have depression or anxiety. So this sounds like, in a way, and to put it in a literal sense or in layman's terms, it sounds like a conceited person in a way. If you think about it, it sounds like a dramatic. What's going on, Trap? It sounds like a dramatic, conceited person that wants the wants the attention on them, but with this unfortunate disorder, they tend to push people away due to this disorder. You know what I'm saying? So histrionic meaning dramatic or theatrical, and you know a lot of people don't like people that's drama filled and that's animated and do too much. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's a disorder. They don't know that they're doing it because it's a disorder. You know what I'm saying? And then once the once they're acting out these things, once they're acting out these things due to this disorder, the conclusion is they are pushing these people away, and unfortunately, that brings depression and anxiety. So yeah, this is one that I didn't never hear, I never heard of. So this is new to me as well. So people don't like talking about their mental illness because of getting judged by others. That's facts. But at the same time, Sassy, that's why we have professional people that you can talk to. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you don't need to talk to your friends or your family or strangers. That's not permitted to discuss it in a professional manner. You know what I'm saying? So it's probably best to talk to a psychologist or a therapist or something, or because they are considered doctors as well. You know what I'm saying? What up, Chef Gwendolyn? Let's see. Make sure I ain't missing nobody. Finally caught alive. Yes, sir. Appreciate you for being here, bro, as always. Let me see. I want to see y'all comments as I go. Okay. All right. So y'all following me. Okay, cool. So let's move on to the next one. And if y'all want, as I go, maybe you can write it down or a screenshot and y'all can actually, research more on the ones that y'all haven't heard of. And if y'all want me to pull a disorder back up so y'all can get the name of it, just let me know and I'll do so. So that's two of them. So let's go to the next one. Schizophrenia. Now, this one is known and it's very common, but I still don't think that it's talked about as much as it should be. In the military, seeking mental health assistance could hinder your career. It could stop you from being deployed and going certain places. Exactly, because you got to use this to move accordingly in the military. So unfortunately, people that's not right here, they are walking liability pretty much. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to, as the military don't want to put them in harm's way if they don't feel like they're right in the, in the mind. You know what I'm saying? So I can understand that, AJ. So schizophrenia. Schizophrenia is a serious mental illness in which people interpret reality abnormally. People with this condition may experience hallucinations, delusions, and distorted thinking that impairs daily functioning. Due to the seriousness of this condition, people with schizophrenia require lifelong treatment. Schizophrenia affects 1.1% of the US population, or about 2.8 million individuals. Nearly 5% of people with this condition die by suicide, a rate that is far greater than the general population. Therefore, it's critical that they receive treatment, preferably in the early stages before serious complications develop. So, schizophrenia, this one can be more dangerous than others. The other ones could be treated, and with the help of a therapist or a psychologist, they could be treated, and there's actually medication for those. The first two, I believe. I think they said for the first two. So this one also, medication is definitely used for this one as well, but it starts here at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? And schizophrenia can drive people to do things that become violent. They're not themselves, becoming mean to family and friends and stuff, but they don't know they're doing it because unfortunately their brain just isn't right. You know what I'm saying? So schizophrenia is definitely serious, and that is a high number of people. But we had no idea about this because it's not talked about that much. And then a lot of people look at these people with schizophrenia like they're crazy and, you know, look down on them when they have it. And, but it's a very serious, serious condition. Yes, it is. Very serious. Oh, wow. I didn't know the statistics on this disorder. Yeah. Yeah. I did the research, man. And I was blown away with what I found. I'm a huge advocate for therapy. They say Black people do need or do therapy, but it is healthy to get what is going on out versus harboring it and causing harm to yourself or others. If y'all need, yeah, if y'all need therapy, please please go get help. I've done been, and it helped me tremendously. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And there's nothing, like my wife just said, there's nothing wrong with getting help. You know what I'm saying? And you shouldn't look down on yourself, or you shouldn't look down on yourself or doubt yourself or feel like you're going crazy or something because you feel like you want to do something to better yourself, or ignoring it. Ignoring it is the main thing. A lot of people ignore it when you feel something that is off. That's your body and your brain. You know when something is wrong with you and something is off. So why not get seen and see what's up? You know what I'm saying? People take better care of their cars than they take care of their bodies. You know what I'm saying? Take care of their homes better than they take care of their bodies. So yeah, that's something to think about too. Um, let's go to the next one. Obsessive compulsive disorder, OCD. Now this one is a interesting one because honestly, so OCD can be a good thing. You know what I'm saying? OCD can be a great thing, and a lot of people don't even know that they have it, because OCD can be something that um, you go over somebody's house the house is spick and span, like top to bottom. You can eat off the floor. You know what I'm saying? Rub your hand across the top of a picture frame and it's squeaky clean because they have OCD. You know, obsessive compulsive disorder, and the description of this disorder is in its name: obsessive compulsive disorder. You know what I'm saying? It's a pattern of unwanted thoughts and fears that cause a person to do repeated behaviors repeatedly. You know what I'm saying? I've seen specials on this in the past, such as washing hands or following a strict routine. They very strict, and they don't let nobody talk them out of what they do on a routine basis, from day to day, all day. As little things like washing your hands 17 times in a circular motion like this. You have to do this 17 times before you move on to the next step. You know what I'm saying? Or putting on deodorant and doing this a certain amount of times and on each side. You know what I'm saying? Certain stuff like that. And OCD is very, very serious, but it's, like I said, it can be a great thing as well. These behaviors interfere with daily activities and cause serious distress. People feel driven to complete these acts to ease their stress. Now, at the end of the day, that last line hit me differently, because people feel driven to complete these acts to ease their stress. But at the same time, a lot of these people get into a routine every day, and they're able to complete these acts because they're so used to doing it every single day. So it gives them a sense of relief to be like, okay, I did that. I ain't got to worry about that till tomorrow or something, like, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it could backfire too if they don't complete the task, and then they start to beat themselves up, which causes depression or stress. So it's kind of a double-edged sword in a way. OCD affects 2.5 million US adults, or 1.2% of the population. It typically shows up during the teen or young adult years, and there are different degrees of severity. The best treatments for OCD are psychotherapy and medication. Without treatment, OCD behaviors can make it difficult to have a high quality of life. So there's negatives to OCD and there's positives to OCD. But even if you're able to obtain the OCD, it's still best to get seen so that you don't overstimulate yourself or overdo it with your task and your acts and wanting to get them done and getting them complete, because it seems to me from reading that a person can become overwhelmed by not completing such acts or such tasks in their in their everyday walks of life. So I think OCD is a very, very interesting one to uh, research if you don't know much about it, because there's probably some people in this chat that have OCD and don't even know it. You know what I'm saying? I have OCD in different areas of my life. It's like a method to my madness, but what looks like a mess to others, I know where everything is or misplaced. Exactly. I think my little brother had OCD coming up. He had to have his cars lined up in a certain way. So, you know what I'm saying? And my little brother. So sad, and I understand my daughter has it. Yeah, it's a very hard working. It's a very hard working with people with when you have OCD, because it has a tendency to drive them crazy. Yes, because if a person is not doing something the way, like if I have OCD and Sharice is not cleaning something the way I clean it in my house, then I'm gonna go behind her and clean that dish the way I want to clean it, because I feel like she didn't clean it better, clean it enough. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I say one of them type of, that's not a bad thing to have, because it's actually leading to a clean dish. But once it starts spilling over to everything in your life, that's why I can see where it could become overwhelming. But I have to have things a certain way, or I don't function. What? Yeah, yep. I'm constantly moving around, cleaning, cleaning, and cleaning. My mom is the same way. I think it's genetic. Yeah, that's a good point too. Genetics. Oh shoot, let me take this down. That's OCD. Yeah. Satin. I have to be organized when I'm walking. I have to walk in a certain way. It's annoying. Yeah. My wife noticed that my behavior was different after my deployment. To me, it was just another day, but when she knew something was off, end result, I've been receiving treatment since 2012. Wow. Okay, Tret. Yeah. Yeah. And that's a good thing too. If your spouse or the people that you love are able to see a change in you and bring it to your attention. And that could be a big help too, because then you can definitely go, especially if you hear from different people, like not just your spouse, start hearing from friends and stuff like that as well. So that'll kind of force a person to go be like, you know what, maybe I do need to go see about this. All right, so let's move on to the next one. The next one is eating disorders. Now, this one, I would say this one is talked about because they have a lot of shows on this, like 600-Pound Life and stuff like that. But it is still one that's not. I don't feel like it's taken serious. You know what I'm saying? Like at my job, I'm constantly sweeping the rugs, and they tell me, Leonka, okay, that's not enough. That's not enough sweeping, but I have to keep sweeping until I see nothing on the rug all the time. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And I'm sure there's high levels of OCD and low levels of OCD. You know what I'm saying? I was like that too, CJ. It's not like how I do it. I used to go behind and redo it and learn. Yeah. hmm Hell, I was done with my therapy sessions. Still went to see my therapist. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I've heard people that still was going after the therapist told them they didn't need to come anymore. My fat ass ain't got no. So everybody, I mean, that's pretty self-explanatory. Eating disorder. Eating disorders are serious health conditions that affect both mental and physical health. If not treated effectively, eating disorders can become long-term problems and even lead to death. Most eating disorders involve focusing too much on weight, body shape, and food. It's not uncommon for eating disorders to co-occur with other mental health and substance use disorders. Roughly 30 million Americans struggle with eating disorders. Some of the most common include anorexia, bulimia, binge eating disorder, and avoidant restrictive food intake disorder. Treatment for eating disorders include behavioral therapy, such as cognitive behavioral therapy, and family-based treatment and medication. So, um, sorry, y'all. Sharice has a headache right now, so that's why she's not really, But I'm just going to go through. She's still here though. So, eating disorders are a very serious thing. Like I said, it can lead to death. We watch Shows like 600 Pound Life, and I love the light that they shine on it. With Dr. Now and everything like that. But of course, we know, like I said, this is self-explanatory. Eating disorders, that's very common for 30 million Americans to struggle with it. That's a very common one.
Welcome in, April.
Hey, April. Everybody, welcome April in the building. Shout out to the 27 million in the building. Please make sure y'all thumbs up the live. We are talking about speaking on the topic of tonight is speaking on the unspoken, the health edition, and we're just speaking on different conditions that aren't spoken on or aren't talked about a lot, and the difference between mental health and self-care. All right, so we're gonna move on to the next one, which is irritable bowel syndrome. Irritable bowel syndrome, or IBS, causes uncomfortable or painful abdominal symptoms. Constipation, diarrhea, gas, and bloating are all common symptoms of IBS. IBS doesn't damage your digestive tract or raise your risk of colon cancer. You can often manage symptoms through medications, diet, and lifestyle changes. So, I feel like this one definitely isn't talked about enough, and this one is making people's lives a living hell right now.
And is
constipation is not fun. I don't deal with it, but my wife deals with it. Satin deals with it.
How you know what the nerve be constipated?
Satin deals with it, and many others deal with it. You know what I'm saying? And it's from what I hear, it's some of the worst pain you can feel. The gas kind of gives you some kind of relief, but it's very short-lived. Diarrhea, unwanted diarrhea. You know what I'm saying? Because unfortunately, when you're dealing with IBS, you have to try to be taking all of these different medicines and trying to, what they call enemas and laxatives and stuff like that.
I need my medicine.
Satin said IBS here. Yep. Nah, I got IBS and it ain't no joke. I hate it. Yeah. I dealt with this when I was young. I eat a lot of roughage now. Okay. My severe ideas put me on disability. Yeah. It's a very serious thing. It's a very, very serious thing. My severe IBS put me on disability. I haven't been diagnosed, but I'm going through constipation now. Yeah. I don't have constipation, but IBSD, diarrhea. Yeah. At one time, I was taking 10 pills a day. Yeah, it's a very serious thing. And after reading up on what I'm giving y'all are screenshots of a very small portion of the information that I found, because I couldn't read paragraph after paragraph on these conditions. But I just wanted to give y'all an idea of what it was. And I love that most of them kind of broke it down very well in the beginning of the paragraphs. So let me see. Okay, so yeah, so IBS is another one that's very serious. It's very, very common, but it's not talked about a lot. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that's another one. I don't know how my day is going to go until I open my eyes and get out of bed. I understand. I definitely understand. Yesterday I had a good day where I could eat, and today I've been sick all day. Yeah, so it varies. You don't know what you're going to deal with on a day-to-day basis, and y'all hearing this from somebody that deals with it every day. So that's another one.
Sonia said she got IBSD. Hers
that's diarrhea. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And the last one is a very, very big one, and this one is talked about. But even though it is talked about, I feel like it could be talked about more, a lot more.
I'm sorry, she said she was on 10 pills a day.
Yeah, I saw it. Yeah, I read all of those. Oh, wow. So the last one, y'all, is the big one, depression. Now we all know, everybody deals with depression, but others, some people deal with it on a more, on different levels. Some people deal with it more on a more potent level. Some people just deal with it here and there, rarely. You know what I'm saying? But Depression is very, very important and very serious. And depression can cause people to want to harm themselves and everything. So it's a very big one. Depression is a common mental health condition characterized by persistent feelings of sadness, loss of interest, and other symptoms that can significantly impact daily life. Symptoms include persistent low mood or sadness, loss of interest or pleasure in activities, changes in appetite or weight, sleep disturbances, insomnia or excessive sleeping, difficulty concentrating on making decisions, feeling restless or agitated, feelings of worthlessness or guilt. Okay, so depression is and the thing about depression is it could be bred from all different aspects of your life. Like death can bring depression, your relationship can bring depression, parenthood can bring depression, responsibilities can bring depression, everyday responsibilities like bills and stuff like that, going to work can bring depression. You know, it's all types of things that can bring on depression.
Hey, Auntie.
And hey, Auntie. And if it's not dealt with the right way, then it could cause, like I said, it could cause a person to want to harm themselves, or a person to want to just shut themselves out from life and from everybody around them and stuff like that. So this is a very, very, very important one. Been there with depression after my husband. I just said death. Yep. I can understand that, Chef. And welcome in, Chef. I'm glad to see you here as well.
Hey, Chef Nasty.
I take I take medication for depression. Yeah.
Hey, Trap, how do you, if you don't mind me asking and if you don't mind answering, how does your medicine make you feel? Do you feel like it's helping you? Do you feel like how does it make you feel? I didn't like the medicine.
Another good one is to talk about is anxiety. Now, like I told y'all, this is going to be a ongoing installment of the social den. So, Satin, you always hitting us up in our DMs and stuff. So the next time y'all see this one roll around, y'all send us some conditions that y'all feel like aren't talked about enough in society. So, and we'll touch on it. You know what I'm saying? And let y'all expound on the information that y'all researched and stuff like that. I have insomnia for sure. Yep.
Oh yeah,
that's a big one.
That's a good one to talk about and how you deal with. Hey, Alex.
What's going on, Alex? It could lead to self-deletion. Yeah, exactly. It definitely can. My doctor suggested antidepressants, but one of the potential side effects was me wanting to possibly hurt myself. Nope, I just pray and bake cookies. I know that's right, Chocolate Drop. I've been diagnosed with depression. Yep. I thought that going through menopause was just hot flashes, but depression is part of that as well.
It is.
Unfortunately, I lost a very good friend to suicide. He walked in this house and set the entire place on fire while he laid in bed. Wow. Depression is real. That is why I walk daily. It's therapeutic for me. I had 3 losses in 1 year. Yeah.
Wow.
And you know what? Death is one of the main ingredients of depression. You know what I'm saying? I read that too. Like death.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. When somebody loses someone they love, and they're not there no more, depression. You know what I'm saying? Yes, grateful. I was in bed for 6 months after my You gotta bring yourself back.
Hey, Brandy.
Hey, Brandy.
Welcome in, beautiful.
Yes, Sharice, nasty on deck. I take medication for anxiety. My anxiety of having to go out of the house with IBS actually makes the IBS worse. Wow. I take one to help me sleep, but one leaves me feeling disconnected, almost zombie-like.
Yeah, that's what I didn't like, feeling like a zombie. Hola, Sissy Pooh.
What's going on, sis? Where you see her? I must have went too far. What up, Tamika?
Hey, Tamika.
Insomnia is another one. Damn, I got a lot of
That's one I don't hear a lot about. I mean, I've heard a few people talk about it, but
So y'all, so that's some of the ones that I found. that, and just wanted to speak on. Now, what I'm going to talk about now is, okay, so yeah, so let's go here. So I'm sharing my screen. So now what we're going to speak on is the difference between mental health and self-care. Okay, I found this information, just want to share with y'all as well. I found taking sleep gummies actually is better than the melatonin. I don't like the way I feel the next day on melatonin. Understood?
I don't like melatonin either.
I think I only took it once, and it didn't even do nothing for me. This is why the social net is important. We all got problems, man. We need each other. Facts. And we just trying to do our part with our platform, man. And hopefully this will help some people. And also, even if it doesn't help people in a sense of not knowing what things are, or not knowing if they have it or whatever, maybe it'll just like spark something in somebody's brain and be like, you know what, I have dealt with that, or some of these different things that were touched on about a certain disorder. Let me just read up on it and find out more about it. And maybe I can ask more questions from my doctor. Something like that. Just
right.
Having
these type of discussions. The one thing that I hope will come from it, and again, I have to say this: CJ and I are not doctors. We are not doctors. We are not giving any type of medical advice. We are only having open conversations to be able to, talk to everybody, have roundtable conversation. We're just friends and family talking over dinner or drinks.
The doctor is at MRTV house.
Yes, Unc is the doctor.
I was severely depressed when my dad passed away. I had to go get help to get myself back together.
Yes, but I just want, hopefully, like CJ just said, it sparked something. And maybe if you are dealing with something, you just be comfortable enough to say, okay, let me go and talk to my doctor about it. Because a lot of people are dealing with things and they won't speak up and they won't say anything. So that's what I hope the takeaway is from this conversation, to be comfortable enough to say, let me ask some questions.
I hate that my friend never showed true symptoms of depression. No one had any. See, now that one right there, that's another big point. That's a great point, because the ones that's just walking around here smiling, and you never know what somebody's going through. It'd be the ones that you never even thought was going through something that end up, y'all know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Say the S word. I don't want to say it too much on here. You know how YouTube is. I was about to say that. I always say to myself, you are not alone. Everybody not. Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly. And you could talk. You could talk to people.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Reach out to people. Somebody that you feel like that's not going to judge, just going to actually be a shoulder for you to lean on, and not be a judgmental asshole about it, or be nosy. So let me share my screen, and let's touch on mental health and self-care. I wanted to do this personally because after doing my research last night, I also went into some comments and vlogs and stuff, not vlogs, but threads touching on these topics. And there were a lot of people that didn't know the difference between the two. So let's go ahead and share my screen. And we are going to wait, can I share? Oh, wait. Entire screen. Oh, here we go. Okay, so let's share the screen. All right, so oh shoot. Can I make this bigger? Maybe I need to take.
You're absolutely right, Auntie. We have to start staying in touch with each other more.
Man. Hold on, y'all. What did I do? What did I do?
Oh, I appreciate that, Satin, and I definitely feel the same way about you.
All right, I don't know if y'all can read that.
Can you read that, honey?
Can y'all see that? I never had to share.
Come right on, AJ. We're gonna be right there answering your emails.
So I'm just gonna read it. All right, so this is the difference.
Baby, can you see?
Yeah, I can read it.
That's gonna hurt your eyes.
Well, I'm gonna read it to y'all. I know y'all probably can't see it. I really thought that it would be
Sister, I'll send you the email.
I really thought it would be a little bit bigger than this, but it is what it is.
I can't even see all of what Trent is saying. It's all blurry.
All right, so mental health refers to your overall emotional, psychological, and social well-being. It's about how you think, feel, handle stress, relate to others, and make choices. Everyone has mental health, just like physical health, and it can range from healthy to struggling to unwell. Mental health is influenced by many factors, biology like brain chemistry, life experiences, trauma, stress, and environment, work, family, and community. So that's mental health. Self-care is refers to the actions and practices you do to maintain or improve your well-being. It's something you choose to do for yourself, getting enough rest, exercising, eating well, journaling, spending time with loved ones, and setting boundaries. Self care is a tool to help support and protect your mental health and physical health too. So there is a relationship, but they differentiate too. So mental health is the state of your mind and your emotions, and self care is the habits and practices that help you keep your mental health in balance. You know what I'm saying? So mental health is that's the state you're in, whatever state you're in, because there's many different states of mental health. Self-care is pretty much you taking the action to deal with that mental health. You know what I'm saying? So mental health is this is the mental health. Yes, my mental health is not stable right now. I need to do something about it. So how do I deal with that mental health? Self-care. And self-care is doing things that benefit you, taking care of yourself the same way you take care of others. Me time, you know what I'm saying? Going to the spa and getting a pedicure, or going to a poetry night, or taking walks, going on a trip, something like that. Spending time with people that make you feel good and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So that's the difference between um excuse excuse me, mental health and self-care. And I don't even need to touch on that because I think that just broke it down pretty good. Now, what I want now before I get into this, I would like to talk about the 5 C's of mental health. Now, there's two variations of the 5 C's too. Um, there's two variations of the 5 C's as well. Sometimes it's hard to reach out because people judge you, or sometimes you don't want people to be in your business, or problems. It's to keep to yourself, but it will take you a toll on you. Yeah,
It
it
will.
will.
You gotta find people that you can talk to that won't judge you. And Karika, you got some support in your corner, sis. You got people that you can definitely reach out to and talk to that will not judge you.
Yep.
Don't ever feel like you have to hold it in and allow it to, take a toll on you. Trap had a comment in there as well, baby.
I can't talk right now because he's looking at you.
Tamika, I pray all is well.
Yeah, I hope everything turns out for you. Turns up for you as well, twin.
You know how to reach out.
I'm doing the best I can with losing my son, on top of all the other crap that goes on. That's why my YouTube, walking, and spiritual schedule is my main focus. Understood, bro. Understood. That's why I say for Trap, like what he just said, mental health. He's dealing with the loss of his son. You know what I'm saying? And if he doesn't deal with that in his mind, he doesn't deal with that loss. And there's really no correct way of dealing with a death. You know what I'm saying? But the way of dealing with that death is going to be on you. You're going to have to deal with that because you're the one going through it. Everybody copes differently with death. Everybody deals with death differently. So the mental health is trapped dealing with the loss of his son. Self-care is the YouTube, the walking, the spiritual schedule. That's the self-care, doing things to help you cope with the death of the death, helping him deal with the death of his son. So that's pretty much the difference between mental health and self-care.
And that grief, don't forget, y'all, grief is what we'll be talking about on October the 1st. That will be the 2-hour special episode of the Social Den. It's going to be open panel. We're going to be talking about the different ways that we deal with grief.
Yes.
Welcome in, Plugs.
What up, Plugs? All right, so real quick, let me go ahead and run through these 5 C's of mental health real quick. All right, and I'm going to do the first variation of the 5 C's. Let me take this comment down. Okay, so a common framework for mental health, mental well-being, 5 C's of mental health. This framework focuses on elements that build resilience and a healthy mindset. The first C is compassion. Practicing self-compassion and empathy for others. Not just compassion for yourself, but compassion for others, which could bring positive feedback in your life as well. Positive feedback is going to bring great thoughts and bring great feelings. So that's going to help you be able to, communicate better even, So coping, which we were just speaking on with pertaining to Trek and the loss of his son. Coping, developing healthy strategies to manage stress and challenges. Connection, building and maintaining healthy relationships for support and a sense of belonging. So build those healthy relationships for that support. Even with the disorder, you get help for the disorder, then you can start to deal with the relationships in your life. You got to take care of yourself first, though. Community, being part of the supportive groups that provide shared purpose and belonging. Being a part of these supportive groups, relatable, being in a circle with relatable people that go through the same thing, and maybe y'all can network and share how do y'all deal with these different things. Care, prioritizing physical, emotional, and mental health through self-care practices, which we were just speaking on, self-care practices. So that's the first variation of the 5 C's. What's going on, Vicky?
Hey,
how you doing,
sister?
sis? Hope everything is well.
Auntie Simply.
What up, Auntie Simply?
Rain said that anybody that's will remember.
Sorry, was watching TV. Did anyone give out the self-awareness hotline number? They can also provide a listening ear. Oh no, nobody. But no, that's something that y'all can look up. Just look up the self. What is it? Is it self-awareness hotline number? Rain. Karika, my wife had some blood work done. She has had anxiety and other things, but the blood work is giving her a sense of where to start. Okay. So here's another one. This is a different variation of the 5 C's of mental health that I found as well. The first one being competence, feeling capable and confident in one's ability to cope with challenges and achieve goals. Confidence, number 2 is confidence, having a positive self-image and believing in one's potential. Number 3, connection, feeling connected to others such as family, friends, and community, and having supportive relationships. That's a big one, having supportive relationships. Supportive relationships, though, not relationships with people that you feel like you need to talk to them because they all you have. And they're not really giving you what you need as far as that communication goes. Or people that make it about them when you're trying to get help and talk to them about you. Supportive relationships. Number 4, character, demonstrating ethical and moral values and taking responsibility for one's actions. Caring, showing empathy and compassion for oneself and others, and engaging in nurturing behaviors. So these are just tools to use in everyday life when dealing with these different conditions, when dealing with mental health, when trying to understand self-care. So even all of these things kind of connect in a way because the disorders that we touched on, That's mental health. Most of those are dealing with your brain, dealing with the mental aspect of things. So that's the mental health. And then um, that brings on self-care. The self-care is when you start to deal with all of these different disorders and conditions by getting help, going to the doctor, going to see a therapist, going to see a psychologist, talking to family members, talking to friends that maybe deal with it, networking, read roundtable discussions, doing research on online, reading books, watching specials on TV, asking questions. Resources are endless out here in 2025. You know what I'm saying? So
Rain answered your question. It's the S awareness line, and you can dial 988 from any line.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Rain. Thank you, Rain, for that. Thank you for that. So there you go. If you want to dial 988 from any line, you can check that out and see what that's about.
You call and Rain said they give a listening ear. So
yeah, they just sit and listen.
You feel like you have nobody that you can call and talk to? That's the number you can call and talk to.
It usually, excuse me, that's usually what a lot of people need. They just need an ear or a shoulder, not somebody that's gonna, like I said, make it about them. That's not listening. You know what I'm saying? That's not listening. And everybody in this chat knows somebody in their life like that, or maybe multiple people like that. You know what I'm saying? So real quick, let me just share this and I'm gonna read it. What am I doing? I'm gonna read it because y'all can't really see it, but I want to share this as well. So these are just different things that you can do to kind of, I would say these are self-care tools that I found that maybe some people can put into fit in their lives or fit into their schedule to help deal with certain things. So the first one is mind and emotions. So journal your thoughts and your feelings. That's a big one. You can write. That usually helps. Writing your thoughts into a journal usually helps. You know what I'm saying? It could be therapeutic as well because and it's private. It's your thoughts. And you don't have to worry about somebody judging you because you're talking to yourself pretty much. Practice mindfulness or meditation, even if it's only 5 minutes. You know, meditation is something that you can get into and that helps ease the mind. You know, you find yourself getting overwhelmed by grief or overwhelmed by depression, meditate. You know, take a breather for 5 minutes in a quiet place and just get your mind right. Limit screen time on social media when it feels overwhelming. A lot of people force themselves or force feed themselves with social media. Social media can be a gift and a curse. It can be bittersweet, but it's all about the intake and what you're actually watching and how much you actually watch it and how much, you know what I'm saying? So it can be overwhelming. So maybe take a step back from social media once in a while. Read or learn something new. A book can go a long way. It doesn't have to be about mental health. It doesn't have to be about self-care. Maybe it's something that comforts you, something that you came up on, something that makes you feel good, makes you laugh, or something like that. So reading is fundamental. For real, it really is. Trap said, what was crazy is meeting both CJ and Sharice. Both of them just listened and gave genuine love. I'll never forget that. That's what you need, bro. A lot of people need that just for a person to just shut the hell up and listen and let them get it out first and then respond.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
A lot of people don't know how to just listen.
I have patients call when they can't get in touch with their providers. Sometimes all you need is someone to listen and possibly provide a path to assistance. Exactly.
Yep.
I love these lots. We appreciate that, Chef, and we love you being here.
Absolutely.
Definitely that, Rain. A listening ear can be a lifeline. It really can.
It sure can.
It really, really can. You never know. It could be a literal lifeline. You know what I'm saying? That conversation was just in time, if you know what I mean. I will be on the phone with patients and they need someone to talk to, and I will take those extra minutes to listen. Absolutely. The next one is body and energy. Getting 7 to 9 hours of sleep at night is a big one. Making sure you get your rest, because that's also dealing with mental health. If you don't get enough sleep, your brain doesn't function well the next day.
It sure don't.
Move your body, walk, stretch, dance, work out, anything you enjoy. Stay active. Don't just lay around like a log all day long. Go to work, go shopping, go walk, treadmill, join a gym. I've heard that can be therapeutic as well, when it comes to the mental state, so when I tell you I had family reaching out for me, I didn't understand until they gone, and that shit is in my heart now, because yeah, exactly, Karika, I understand. And that's a must. Maybe they're lonely. Facts. We all going through something one way or another. Seek help. Don't stay silent until your silence becomes silence. That's powerful.
Very powerful.
That's a great point, Ann Lex. Drink enough water, especially during the summertime. You know what I'm saying? I tend to pass out when I get overheated. That's not good for the brain at all, especially if you fall and hit your head or something like that, or anything like that. But water is always just good for the soul anyway. You always got to drink enough water anyway to stay hydrated.
You do.
Eat balanced meals. Don't skip them. Now, balanced meals will go back to eating disorders that we talked about earlier. So eating a balanced meal, protein, vegetables. My wife can be able to tell y'all more about this than me, but a balanced meal is having your starches and your protein and your vitamins and stuff like that, vegetables and stuff like that. So let me see. I think we all need to stop being so ashamed of seeking out therapy or even taking a medication for anxiety. Yeah. Absolutely. Because that medication can go a long way. Connections and support. Call or text a family member. Just say hi. You know what I'm saying? How you doing? Just checking up on you. Maybe that can bring on a wonderful reconnection or a conversation that you feel like you really needed. Mm-hmm. Don't let your pride get in the way.
That's a lot of people's problem. Pride.
Mm-hmm. And I'm one of them that deals with that sometimes. I'm not ashamed to say it. Spend quality time with people who uplift you. With people that uplift you. Just be around positive energy. Be around good people that are actually willing to help, that's actually want to give you an ear, actually want to give you a shoulder, actually want to give you information, actually want to give you kind words and uplifting words to keep you going and letting you know that I'm here if you need me. You know what I'm saying? And actually meaning that. That's another thing. When somebody says, well, I'm here if you need me, but they're not really there when you call them or when you need them. So empty promises. I think we all need to. Sometimes all people need is a listening ear. Someone who is going to listen to them and not judge them and give them advice that could possibly help them.
That's true.
Yep, my biggest.
I'm sorry, baby. Good. When sometimes that's all people need, but at the same time, people who need a listening ear and need and want advice, people need to be willing to accept that advice.
Exactly.
Some people only want to hear what they want to hear, and you're not always going to hear what you want to hear. You got to be willing to get honest advice also,
because that's what really helps. You don't want a yes man or somebody lying to you, just telling you what you want to hear.
Right, and I believe Plugs put that in the chat earlier as well.
My biggest thing is make sure you tell people in your family that you love them and that you are there for them. I did not end a phone call without telling someone. Exactly. Mm-hmm. My defining moment was years ago talking to a customer. I wanted to get away, but she started talking about how after 50 years, her ex left, but she was moving into a $1 million plus condo. I loaded her up. All right. Set healthy boundaries. Say no when needed. And that when they say healthy boundaries, they're not talking about food. They're talking about healthy boundaries, period, in life. and your walk of life. Healthy boundaries. Set healthy boundaries, meaning set boundaries for you and don't let nobody talk you out of those boundaries. You know what I'm saying? Don't give in to peer pressure or give in to a person saying, "Oh, you boring," or something like that. No, set that boundary. Okay, I'll be boring. Have a good time. I won't be there.
Right.
So set healthy boundaries. You're a grown ass man or grown ass woman. Peer pressure was when you was a teenager.
That setting healthy boundaries is a big one, and it's real important. At the big grown age of 40, I'm learning to enjoy those boundaries. I have fun not answering my phone and saying hell no.
Right. I need to definitely eat more. Yeah. Chef, I've noticed that a lot of chefs don't eat as much as other people. Is it because you guys cook all day? That's a good question.
Yeah, that is a good question.
The last one for connections and support is ask for help if you need it, professional or personal. We all already been touching on that. So let me see. I'm still learning how to set boundaries. Yeah, it's a learning process.
It is a learning process.
But again, there are people that you can talk to about that, and there's research out there that you can read up on about setting boundaries. Saying no is one of my biggest faults. I always feel like I'm letting people down when I don't do what they ask. Yeah, that's something. It's a learning process, and it's something that you have to work on. Nobody's perfect.
And I promise you, that first time when you say it, it's gonna hurt. But that second or third time when you say it, you're gonna be like,
"Damn, that
felt good." And then it's gonna just come so natural.
Yep. And she gave me a little something, and we still talk to this day. I know that's right. This live is therapeutic. It's crazy just watching everyone fire off avenues, select solutions, and giving their truths dopeness. We appreciate that, bro.
Appreciate it.
But in a sense, I'm letting myself down because I really don't want to do it. Exactly.
Yeah.
So you got to work on that, and it's gonna, like my wife just said, it's gonna hurt. It's probably gonna be some things that you ask somebody and you don't normally say no to. But if you say no to someone and they don't accept it the way that you think they should accept it, then people tell you who they are themselves. You know what I'm saying? Who they really are. If they really down for you, or respect your decision, or respect how you think and what you want to do. It's not always about what they want to do. Okay, you don't want to do it. Okay, cool. We'll just do it next time.
Yeah.
Satin, I used to be 254 when I had my daughter 21 years ago. I've kept it off for 21 years. I'm now 135 pounds. Wow. We need to understand that there's nothing wrong with seeking help. We've put a stigma on it. But yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Especially yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so the last one is relaxation and joy. Do something creative. Draw, cook, play music, hobbies. That's a simple one. Most of us already do that anyway. YouTube is one of our hobbies. I feel that people watching the Social Den could be a therapeutic thing, like Trap just said. Doing something that you enjoy is a great one to look into. Take breaks, rest without guilt.
Why you had to point at me and then point so hard?
Because you are the one that's the one. Last night when I read that, I was like, that's my wife. Being able to take a break from life and just relax. Because again, the physical exhaustion leads to what? The mental exhaustion. You know what I'm saying? So the mental exhaustion is mental health. Taking a break and resting without guilt is the what? The self-care. So that's the difference between. So you have to rest. It's okay. Take a break. The house ain't going nowhere. You know what I'm saying? The laundry ain't going nowhere. It's going to be there tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Or I'll step in. I'll do the laundry. You go relax. Having a good supportive system, a good circle around you is a big thing too. Now, if you don't have that supportive system, there are resources out there. You know what I'm saying? There are resources. And maybe you just have to be like, okay, you know what? I don't have nobody to do this for me. I'm just going to leave it till tomorrow and come back and get it tomorrow. I'm going to relax because I need to relax. And there's nothing wrong with that. Get outside in nature or sunlight. I'm not really a nature person. You know what I'm saying? But when they say nature and sunlight, I think they just mean get out and get some air. You know, just get outside, get some air, you know, and just, you know, let the sun hit you. Because there's a lot of people that deal with depression that sits in the house all day long, you know, with black shades up, you know, dark all day, watching sad stories and sad things all day long, and just making themselves worse and worse and worse, and digging that hole deeper and deeper. So you definitely want to get outside and breathe some fresh air and look at the sun and what's going on in your neighborhood or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Discipline is key. Keep up the good work. Absolutely. I was an overeater. Okay. Rest without guilt. That's a hard one. Understood. But
welcome back, sister.
Welcome back, sis. We will catch the replay of your video. You know that. I think the overeating was due to depression, though.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go. Why is it that me? It'll be there tomorrow. I'm saving this live to my faves because, Lord, I needed to hear this. We appreciate you being here tonight, Rain. And we hope that we, you know, like I said, we are not therapists or doctors. This is all resourceful information that is available to everybody in this chat. That's like just like it was available to me. And I'm just sharing what I found. That's all. And I'm hoping that it helps some people. And maybe y'all can take the information and give it to people that y'all feel like need the help. Touch grass is not just a saying, it's cultural facts. No problem. I know, sis. At least yes, at least. And the last one is treat yourself to something small that you enjoy. It doesn't have to be expensive. Something small. My wife loved this, like the Biscoff smoothie, or
you had to say my smoothie.
Yeah, Biscoff smoothie, or you know, something small. Anything. It could be. It don't even have to be food. It can be a ring that you saw at the mall that was $20 that you don't want to spend the $20 on. You know what I'm saying?
Purse.
Anything small, something small, a little, purse. You know, a pair of shoes or something like that, just to make you feel good and be like, you know what, I got that because I wanted it, and I did it. So what? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, y'all. I mean, this is just something that I feel like, or we feel like, should be talked about more, because it deals with something serious. Like, this is dealing with our health. Like, it's a health thing. Like, this is really something that is serious out here that I really feel like, or we really feel like, isn't talked about enough. I got a question. Is it okay to just get away to heal yourself the marriage couples only? You mean get away by yourself? Absolutely. There's nothing wrong with that.
Listen, just because you get married does not mean everything has to be with your spouse. You still have to do things alone. You still have to get your alone time. If you need to go away for that weekend, have that conversation with your husband and tell your husband, listen, I need my me time. I'm going to go and check myself in this hotel. I see you on Sunday.
Exactly. And then, I mean, honestly, it don't even have to be you leaving the crib. Maybe you got a big enough house or apartment that you can just go into another part of the house and leave the kids with the husband, or the husband leave the kids with the wife, and vice versa. I go downstairs in my man cave a lot, watching football and chilling. My wife be chilling. She upstairs doing her thing. I'm right downstairs. And there has been opportunities where we were able to get away from each other, and not get away from each other, but, you know, doing something separate. And then it's also going to give you time to miss your spouse as well. If you leave for a weekend or something and come, like, I miss my husband, I miss my wife. And then you get back home and tell them all about the weekend. And now y'all right back where y'all was, all over each other, whatever. So there's nothing wrong with getting away and having some me time, because me time is something that I touched on earlier. You know what I'm saying? That can be a part of self-care. That's a self-care tool, me time. You know what I'm saying? You're dealing with all of this. You feel like you're being overwhelmed by life, family, job, everything like that. Going to your significant other saying, listen, I just need to get away, clear my mind. I'll be back. I'm not going away. I'm not running away from my responsibilities or nothing. I just want to get away. There's nothing wrong with that, Karika, at all.
Trap, you drove to Philly and you ain't stopped passing?
So very true, Gwendolyn. Perchep Gwen. I'm so very grateful for you all. Thank you. Grateful. We're grateful for you as well. I'm getting my damn. I know that's right, Chocolate Drop.
I got some choice words for you, Trap. You ain't come see us.
I had to make man cave or go get your nails done or whatever. Exactly.
Yeah.
People, please understand the way things are now. Protect your mental peace, unplug if necessary, and regroup. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
I just drove to Philly by myself. It was one of the best things. Yeah, going on a drive. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing wrong with that. Let the especially if it's a nice day, put the windows down, listen to some music. You know what I'm saying? And just let go. Me time is so important to me.
I don't like the drive, but one of my favorite things to do is when me and Stink go out and we'll blast music, or even if I do go by myself and just ride to, Walmart in the next town over, I'll blast my gospel music. That's my favorite thing to do, is just ride my little 20-minute distance that I will drive.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
And blast my gospel music and come back home.
Yeah, me and George will be in separate rooms for hours, or me going to get coffee. Yeah, it's nothing wrong with it.
It's nothing wrong with it.
I used to drive from VA to Florida for 1 week at a time. 1 week for me time. There you go.
Yeah.
So yeah, y'all. I mean, and like I said, or like I always say, these lives are not deleted. So if you need to reference back to this live, you're more than welcome to. It'll be on our channel. I do need to go through and update our social event playlist.
Now what had happened was,
and I will do that. So y'all be able to go and watch this over, or anybody that didn't catch it from the beginning, you can watch the replay. There was a lot of information in this live, so I wouldn't be surprised if people do reference back, or tell somebody else. Tell your friends and family about the show and this live, and maybe it'll help. You just never know. Let's reach the masses when it comes down to it. It's really not easy at times, because sometimes we're going through some things, and we do things that have no meaning to fill that gap. Yeah. Because unfortunately, Ann Lex, a lot of people just don't know how to deal with it. Right. And then there's a lot of people you can't deal with something that you don't even know what it is. So like I said, these disorders that I touched on earlier, people haven't been diagnosed with these things, so they don't know how to deal with them. You know what I'm saying? So that's why it's important to, if you feel anything inside yourself, as far as like mentally, you could tell when something is off. Just like when you drive in your car, you hear something different or feel something different in your car, you got to take it to the shop. So when you feel or something different within yourself, why not get yourself checked out? This is like you get your car checked out. You know what I'm saying? You hear a pipe not sounding right in the house, you calling a plumber. You know what I'm saying? So we need to take care of ourselves the same way we take care of these materialistic things in our lives as well. So if you don't know what you're going through, it's hard for you to deal with it. Is the point I'm trying to make. But you can know when something is wrong. So that's when you can go seek help, go to a doctor or a therapist or something to try to figure out what's going on, so that you can deal with that mental health, the mental health that you're going through, or whatever's pertaining to the mental health aspect of it, so that you can get the help and the tools to bring in the self-care to deal with it the proper way and accordingly. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm not a doctor, neither is my wife, but I feel like when it comes down to it, everybody's going to deal with it their own way, and in time it will happen. But you can't rush anybody into wanting to deal with anything. This is all going to start with you, and it's going to, it's all within you. It's going to start within you. People can't help you until you help yourself, and helping yourself is realizing that something is wrong and getting help. I had a friend that worked for 15 years. I never went to her house, found out that she is in a very depressive state and was a hoarder. She never spoke of it. Now, unfortunately, hoarding is a very popular and very common thing in the world, not just in America, in the world. And unfortunately, that's just a tool that some people use to deal with whatever they're dealing with. Some people can't even, and more hoarding is more so just not being able to let go. You know what I'm saying? That's not being able to let go, and everything has sentimental value, but it's also dealing with a lot of people. That's a mental thing as well. You know what I'm saying? It's a mental thing as well. So they holding on to these things due to some kind of grief or sentimental value, or somebody passed away they left it to them and they had to keep it forever or something. You know, so exactly. So, yeah, exactly. Of course, she didn't tell her friend with OCD because it would have put me in the hospital seeing that house. Facts. I understand that. Right. Acknowledging that there's a problem is the first step. Exactly. Exactly. So again, y'all reference back to the live. Um, CJ said that he's not a doctor, but he plays one on YouTube TV. But no, so I hope that this live was informative. I hope that this live helped some people. I hope that this live pointed some people into the right direction of being able to, you know, do more research on something that you didn't know was even around, or a disorder that you didn't even know people could have. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe you saw some things that you maybe saw in a friend or you saw in a family member that you can maybe say, hey, I was watching The Social Den and they touched on uh what was the second one? Yeah, histrionic personality disorder. I never even heard of that, but maybe you should read up on it because I saw something that they said about self-esteem or something, something of that nature, so said you are hate my Christmas room. Lord have mercy. Anyone can reach out to me if you need to talk. Exactly. Great as always, fam. We appreciate it. Simply, some people like my OCD because if you ask me for did I clean your tight picture?
You're gonna stop pointing at me.
That's my wife too. No, this was a great discussion. I can't wait for the next episode. We appreciate y'all. Very informative. Okay. All right. So this, like I said, this is going to be an ongoing thing. Not thing, but this will be an ongoing segment of the Social Den. Another way to branch off and do other things as far as the Social Den goes. So we'll come back with another health one, but we'll also be touching on other topics that's not talked about enough. That's not going to be about health. So we're just trying to just give y'all different flavors, man. That's all. And
brainstorming. We're coming to the end of season 4.
Yeah,
right?
season 4. Yeah, but our main objective with this show is hoping that y'all that's watching the show walk away with something every single time y'all watch.
Mm-hmm.
That's the main goal. So tonight I know that people are walking away with a lot tonight because we shared a lot, but that's the goal of the Social Den, is to entertain, but also be very relatable, and hope that everybody walked away with something that's going to help them on their walk of life. You know what I'm saying?
Along with connecting and, coming together.
Yeah, love, positivity,
spreading love.
Y'all know that's all we about. So I appreciate you both. Y'all continue to have amazing and helpful topics. Keep doing what y'all do because you are blessed, God's. Thank you so much, Rain. We appreciate that.
Absolutely. And don't forget, y'all, we do have the Facebook group. Mm-hmm. We can always discuss and connect through the Facebook group.
Yeah, join the Social Den's Facebook group.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We all have been through a lot. We have.
Absolutely.
Love you too, Satin.
Love you too, sis.
Like sexual assault. So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Social Den needs to be every day. Just check in for real. Yeah. I mean, unfortunately, we can't do it every day, but I know what you're saying, though. Love you all to peace. We love you
too.
We love
you too, Rain.
And CJ didn't talk about what in this video. I sure didn't. I know, it's a time and place for everything. You know what I'm saying? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and get on out of here.
Have a good night, Auntie. We love
you, Auntie. Love you, Michelle. Triple D, if you're still in here, get better, sis, and get some rest. And take care of yourself before I put my foot in your ass.
Oh Lord. Y'all, and we coming with our prayer list. I still want us to put that together where at the end of every episode with our sister Vicky's prayer, We will have a prayer list going up some type of way. I do have some people that I want to put on that prayer list. But for now, I do want us to continue praying for our beautiful sis, Triple D.
Yep.
I hope you get well, sis. And I hope that you feel better, Sister Latoya. I hope that the migraines are also leaving you alone. Karika, we are praying for you, and Trap, we are continuing.
Baby,
we will continue to pray for you and your beautiful
you
family.
know I really want to love you.
You are an ass wipe. Ouch.
All right, y'all, we out of here, man. Let me go ahead and play this. Let's get the prayer going. Great topic. CJ Sharisky. Thank you so much, Ann Lex.
Thank you.
All right, requested on Facebook. Okay, Rain, we're going to accept. What up, Edward?
Hey, brother Edward.
I'm finna get some rest. I ain't trying to have CJ on my damn neck. You better. You better. All right, y'all. So let's get the prayer going. We're going to get on up out of here. All right, so everybody bow your heads.
Simply say, wow.
Heavenly Father, we thank you for the time we've shared together today. We are grateful for the insights and connections we've made through this series. As we close, we ask for your continued guidance and blessings on all those who participate in our community. May your wisdom and love inspire us to grow, learn, and support one another. Keep us safe and bring us back together in the spirit of fellowship and understanding. In Jesus' name, we pray. Amen.
Amen. And amen again.
Y'all, before we go, I know y'all sick of hearing these church announcements, but I gotta say them. I have to. Please don't forget we are preparing for our 4th annual Thanksgiving giveaway. If you find it in your heart to please make a donation, you may do so by sending a donation to our Cash App, which Grateful has been dropping in the chat all night. Also, if you feel it in your heart, you can also send a donation to that Cash App to support our daughter for her 2nd annual toy drive. We've also chosen a family for this year's YouTube Adopted Family. Sister Sonia, if you're in here, I'll drop it. The wish list, the Amazon wish list can be found in the chat. I'm going to try to drop it before everybody get out of here.
You can just go under.
Oh, under the description box.
Yeah, go under the description box. Well, Sonia's description box too.
It's in Sonia's description box.
Just go under video, and one of her latest videos, and y'all can find the link.
Oh, here it go, right here.
No, Sonia just dropped it.
Oh, Sonia dropped it. That is the wish list for the YouTube Adopted Family. I'm sorry I waited to the end of the video, the end of the live to do this. I meant to do it earlier.
We got you, Triple D.
Y'all can click on the link, and all those items will be sent to the family of choice directly. Nothing comes to us. So please, 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 if you find it in your heart, if you cannot donate, please say a prayer and just wish us another year of a successful giveaway for everything that we are doing. And we truly love and appreciate you all. Thank y'all so very much.
We love y'all. We hope y'all enjoyed the show. We will be back next week with a brand new episode of the Social Den, and we will be back tomorrow in the continuation of this damn Slay Timber. So
can you send me your link so I can share.
Yeah, I just told her we got it. So yeah, y'all. So make sure y'all tell somebody you love them if you haven't already, because tomorrow is not what?
Promise.
Reference back to this live. If y'all need any more information, go back to the live, and then y'all can do more research on all of the information that y'all saw tonight. You know what I'm saying?
Leonica, I sent you an email, babe. Let me know when you see it.
Yep. All right. So with that being said,
Karika said one more time with the mic ups.
Baby, when I look into your eyes.
And good night.
All right, y'all. We love y'all, man. Y'all have a good evening. Until next time, folks. Peace.